Hey team, how we going? It is Kaz here from the Trenches with Kaz, and I am here to share an important subject to you, and that is enlistment in 2025 into the Royal Australian Regiment, the best small army in the world. You've got no excuse because you've got 6 months to get there. 6 months, including January as a write-off year. So team, this is what it's about. It's becoming a brother. It's about having a different life. It's about stopping whinging. It's about not settling on just a trade or being a truckie or doing something and then going to bed at 21, waking up at 32 with a missus you used to love and a life that feels like it's flashing behind your eyes and saying, where are my friends? Where's my stability? Where is my pleasure? Where is that burning fucking desire to be a man and be counted one day by someone who used to be better? Don't go to sleep. You've got a long time to live. Go out. Tick the boxes. And we're going to be talking about it tonight. We're going to show you some videos tonight. I'm going to start off with the introduction. So let's get ready to go. And for Simon Powell, it's been here for 4 years. It's a filthy little Raffy. If I can get a Raffy in here, I can get you in here, guys. And I'm here for your goddamn journey. So make it matter. Because you only get this lifetime once, no matter what your spirituality or religion is. You don't get a chance to come back and join the Royal Australian Regiment. You might come back as a fucking cockroach. Who knows? Let's see what's going on. Kaz, what is he doing here? Let's see. And then we'll get the introductions of you. Good time to become a member today, team. Support the channel. Do what you can. At least subscribe or press like. Let's go. And to all those in training right now, boom. I'm watching you as you live the life I wish I could have back again. Let's go. Hey team, how we going? It is Kaz from the Trenches with Kaz here, and this is the quick introduction into the Australian Rules for Life in 2025. I'm about to show you now, because of this gimp arm, that after getting the lesbian helmet, which I call this haircut today, that maybe I can support myself for one push-up. It is time that I stopped being a little bitch and started to do something about getting a chassis that brings all the chicks to the yard. So here we go. This is me trying to do one push-up. If I can do one, I can do two. If I can do two, then that means I might be back. Let's see. And to all those in training at the moment around the world, including Mr. Buckaroony from up north, one's for you. The lesbian helmet. Can it help? And does it make me an independent woman? Here we go on the magic flying rug. Oh, it hurts already. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm already in the army from female. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Bam. Okay, team, that is pathetic, but that's the first push-ups I've done since I've been in hospital for the last 2 years almost. Let's get to the stream and let us see how 2025 is going to change your life under the motto, duty first, Royal Australian Regiment. Let's do it, Kaz. Let's do it. Sorry, team. There we go again. Simon, I can see you ringing there. Don't worry, I know what it's about. Okay, boys. So here we are. We're back. That's pissed me off now. In case you're wondering what's going on, the last few videos have been kicked off the internet, off YouTube, by YouTube, because they believe that I said some things that they don't agree with. So that's one copyright, not copyright, that's one strike we've got now. We're a black band channel. We have been off the previous channel and this channel, and we've still only got 17,000 subscribers, team. We've got people that come on here on their very first video of the Australian Army and get 200,000 videos. We've got other people that come on here and talk about being drugs and chroming and that sort of shit. 230,000 subscribers, tasting food, sniffing glue, all this shit. Doesn't make sense to me. Anyway, let's get to it. Okay, Dave D. Michael, g'day. No audio yet. Got you, team. Sorry, I got a little bit carried away. We've got Harry, lost my ears. Bobby Hawke, all his years for this much being unheard. It's okay. Kane from up north, great to have you here. Connor, hi Kaz, hi everyone. Duffy, got it, he's all here. The Lanky Wanderer, great to have you here, mate. Let's have another tune. Press like if you can, team. Let's get to the other video. You may have seen some of these videos, and just so you know what's coming up tomorrow afternoon, we might put it out at 3 o'clock, we might put it out at 4 o'clock. Harry O's. This is a sneak shot of the video I've created for the Dilemma series, so you get to go crazy at each other tomorrow. If you like short content, 4 minutes, but spending 20 minutes in the comments, this is going to be a good one for you to test you and your logic and what you would do for others and who you would replace your life for in this world. And that video, here we go.
Cruise is sailing in the middle of the ocean, 10 days away from the nearest landfall. On board are 10-3, a pregnant mother with a broken leg, a father, and their child under 12. You, at the age and life experience you are now in life. The Sea Captain.
Okay, that's all you get. I'll see you tomorrow. I want to see what you have to say tomorrow in comments, who you'd give your life for. All right, guys, what we're going to push on with now is a 5-minute video, which is the Australian Infantry. So you know what we're talking about now. The Royal Australian Regiment, Royal since 1949. You've got the 1st Battalion, you've got the 2nd, you've got the 3rd. They're all in Townsville. Okay, then you've got 4RAR at the moment has been cut away for a while. It was formerly the 2nd 4th Battalion, then it became 4RAR, which was the fertilisation of the 2nd Commando Regiment. And then we've got 5 and 7 back again up north. We've also got 6RAR, okay, with Long Tan as their battle honour, with 8-9 there as well, and they're in Brisbane. So let's find out what the Royal Australian Regiment is about. The duty first is the motto, and what you're going to get yourself into. Press the like button. See who's the first to become a member tonight, or gift a membership to put someone else in the military here.
Symbol of the Anzac. Then there's the Australian Army has a spear point. That spear point is known as the Royal Australian Regiment, an infantry regiment. Our motto is duty first. Our role is to seek out and close with the enemy, to kill or capture him, to seize and hold ground, to repel attack by day or night, regardless of season, weather, or terrain. The best small army in the world. And here's a couple of our tools of the trade.
Okay, team. Sorry about the voice, the aggressive voice, but that was there because this was a short, quick release video that came out years ago. What you're looking at now is where we make Kentucky Fried Chicken of IETs. That is part of your warm-up area, and believe me, if you turn up and you are not fit and you can't do more than 60 push-ups, that is going to be your nemesis as you get spiced some MSG before you start the actual session. And believe me as well, this is also the culminating point obstacle course, which will be more than what you're capable of doing. And you'll see that in the next video we're about to watch. Let's go.
Weapons, bayonets, decisiveness, leadership, courage, teamwork, toughness, discipline, integrity, brotherhood, loyalty, repetition, actions on principles, technology, orders, and SOPs, all gift wrapped in a key element known as mateship. Apply, but many fall short. The standards are high and the comforts are few. And for those who excel, special forces know who you are, because this is where we don't have jobs, we have a calling. We don't compliment good deeds, we nod or we lift a glass.
Great comment came from Dave D. And that is, clickbait, Army standards have increased. Diggers will no longer accept, those below the standard beside them. You must now generally be fit, motivated, and capable to serve in the infantry. Let me quickly clarify on that point. What he means by that is to feel safe that the standards have dropped in Kapuka as DEI hires are occurring. They are. The fact that we've had the degradation of the support corps standards and Navy even having no fitness standards other than fit in the fucking ship, okay? Or fit in each other's clacker with a golden rivet under a flag that is not the Australian, if you know what I'm talking about, LGBTEIK. Anyway, guys, when you get to realise very quickly when you tap your heels together, the level of fitness required is above that. I was speaking to someone today, Benny, and when I spoke to him, I said, mate, although the standards are low at Kapuka, if not at all, as far as getting back squatted based on fitness, it all disappears when you get to the School of Infantry. I mean by that, you're never going to run just 2.4 kilometres. It's always going to be 5 kilometres or more. You're going to be marching 10 kilometres and beyond. When you go into the pool, although the session, or the Army requirement for swimming for Army General is 30 metres, and for infantry it's 50 metres, you're going to be doing 200 metres swimming as a warm-up for a pool session as an alternate activity for low impact session that you do before you spend an entire session either in your budgie smuggler's equivalent or in actual DPCU equivalent, uniform, right, in the pool. So if you can only do the 30, you're fucked. You need to turn up beyond that. And don't get me wrong, and I'll say this right now, there is so many people in Air Force, Navy, and Army that are support or any other corps that are absolutely off tap fit. This is not a core problem. This is a character problem. Do not turn up thinking someone else will do it. You turn up, do the heavy lifting, and you make sure that you are not the slowest. As a matter of fact, you should be in the top 5 of your unit. And if call sign. And if everyone did that, then no one is going to be traveling at the speed of melting ice cream. Let's go. Tell me I'm wrong.
We share our equipment, but not the front seat of taxis and packs. We're not warriors. We're soldiers. We work hard in peace to bleed less in war. Political correctness, you can leave that at the door, where we're always sore. Finish what you start, be there at the end. Never come last. Watch your arcs. Watch your mates back. Outfield. Out in town. All with less. We get paid too much. We shave every day. 2 minutes early might as well be 8 minutes late. If you're still listening, you're probably thinking, well, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. You don't have to be perfect, but you do have to be prepared, physically and mentally. We'll teach you the rest. If you want to look good while being safe, then join the Air Force. If you want to travel in uniform and take some beautiful photos while hugging other men, then join the bloody Navy. But if you want to be the symbol of 3 numbers that you'll live by, 3, 4, 3. That's the infantry designation. At the moment, the government says we're full. I disagree. And so do me mates. More. The politicians will fail again soon enough, and guess who does the heavy lifting for their mistakes? 3, 4, 3. Who blew?
Okay, team, just for a second. Muzza, I messaged you on Instagram. I'll never answer anything on Instagram, team. Okay, that's where I used to put my photos, all that sort of stuff. Photography is now pretty much dead because of OnlyFans and everything else that blows it away. I still put things up there, but it's been a long time. Marza, the best way to get to me is in the remarks. Go in there, get on the bat phone. Anyone that is interested in having a coach, myself, one-on-one with you for as long as it takes, get on the bat phone. We've got a phone call from Johnny before a message saying, hey, Johnny, that he's contacted me on the bat phone, on Patreon, and he hasn't had a call yet. When did you join up? Have you checked to see that you haven't had a message on there with the bat phone number? Okay, when I was actually in hospital. I'll go back and I'll look at that again. Yep, get on there at the price for coffee a month, and sometimes you might call me 3 or 4 times. Link right now. Hope to see you there soon. Let's get into it. All right, guys, that's a Minimi. That's considered a light machine gun. That is 7 kilos with another 200 rounds on that in the bag. That takes up to 10.15 kilos, plus the spare barrel you've got to carry on that while you're competing with people and trying to keep up with people that are carrying the Steyr, which is around 3.6 kilos. There is no equity and diversity, and everyone has to be able to prepared to carry that weapon system. Like we've said in the past, if you're a female, and you come into the call sign, I'm going to give you that gun to carry, one, to strengthen you, but the other one is because if I don't, then you're going to think I don't give it to you because you're a girl. But if I do give it to you, you're going to think I gave it to you because you're a girl. No, everyone has to be able to do every single job within the section. We are not specialists. We all have to be able to do the most. In training, the weakest person normally gets the gun. And when it comes to competitiveness or when it comes to the sharp end, the best person with that weapon system will carry it. Hey, we got Wingnut there too. He's doing his training at the moment. Good to see you there, my man. Let's go. Let's keep going. I know, Wingnut, you're thinking, I just wish I was younger so I could go to infantry. Yep, that hard.
Leads when the glass is broken. 3, 4, 3. Who's awake outside the wire? Not waiting for the wolf, but hunting him down. 4, 3. The Skippy Badge is our hat badge, our symbol. It costs a couple of bucks, and it might be plastic, it could be brass, but millions of calories, buckets of salt, and a shitloads of lost bark is the real price. The kangaroo is the animal that donates a Skippy Badge because it can't go backwards and it's as Aussie as it comes. And the boomerang underneath, original Australians. The wattle reef that surrounds is to donate Australia's national tree. The cross rifles, the Lee Enfield 303 Mark III, which carries a calibre our to, and the crown to remind us of our ties to the Commonwealth, or just maybe the kangaroo stole that. Last of all, beneath that is the motto: under the soil we fight, kill, and die for. We only take volunteers. Your new birthday will be the 25th of April, which is Anzac Day. Create a legacy. Step up. Get in line. Or watch from the sideline. Again, the sheepdog's phone will ring. You already know the phone number, I'd reckon, by now.
Okay, team. I had to stop you there for a second because we do have some people say, it's the old uniform you used to wear. That's the old DPCU. Does that mean it's out of date? Absolutely not. We have got machine guns that are in service that have been there since World War II and Korea. Uniforms change. Afghanistan, Iraq, you've got Somalia, you've got Rwanda, okay, you've got East Timor. There is so many different places under the flag of duty first, the Australian flag, and the Royal Australian Regiment, that if you believe that warfare is out of date, then you're going to be really surprised, because the APCs in Ukraine are even kicking ass. I wouldn't want to be in one with the amount of anti-armour weapon systems they've got out there at the moment, but they're working well if they're used by people that know what they're doing. We've decentralised. The lowest level is held by the section commander. Now, we've got Dangerous Dan here. I just had to do a quick call out for him. He's X3RR, Old Faithful. Kapiong was their battle honour. Beaten back the Chinese wave attacks over in Korea. Listening to this whilst doing a 5 kilometre because I'm too trimmed down. See, honesty starts at home. Going back in as a combat engineer, they worked too hard for me. Next year, around June. Fantastic. Dangerous Dan. If you ever feel like reaching out, mate, just reach out to me. See you on the bat phone, mate, and let's do what we can do to get you back in the saddle, at a respectable corps, one of the hardest working corps in the Australian Army. Yeah. None of this is about pissing on other corps team, but it is very important that the spear point, it is the springboard to special forces as well. Let's keep going with this one.
Yep, 343, or you can text duty first. For those that are serving and those that are out, thank you for your service. If you are fighting age male and you want to be something a little bit more, then sign that dotted line when you get the chance and show Australia what you can do. Follow the traditions of the Anzacs. And for those that have fallen...
Let's go back 2 seconds. Okay, so they're culminating...
When you get the chance and show Australia...
They're culminating in their hardcore there. This, what you're about to see at the moment, I categorically do not agree with. The platoon commander should never be the man who is giving the Skippy Badge to the soldier. The only 2 people that should be giving the Skippy Badge, as a matter of fact, the officers shouldn't be touching the Skippy Badge because they get theirs before they earn it. No, as a matter of fact, I believe now they have to finish that before they can wear the Skippy Badge in the Royal Australian Regiment. Let me know if you're in comments if that has changed, and I hope it has, because you don't get to wear it until you earned it. And people, if they say no, they're going to pass. If you've got a course that can automatically pass, then it's too goddamn low. We need better. Do better. Platoon commanders should not be given that. They do not share the dirt with us. They do not share the cold nights, etc. The only 2 people should be your family, if they are present, the commander who did all the time down on the ground with you and gave you all the good to knows and got you to the position as a mentor that you're now in the Royal Australian Regiment. That makes sense. I know this platoon commander, great guy, but categorically, no platoon. They've never actually gone through the School of Infantry with the OR. We want to receive from someone who's done what we've done and is passing it down through the traditions. That's what we want. That's the least, least you'd expect.
You can do. Follow the traditions of the Anzacs. And for those that have fallen already, lest we...
In case you're wondering what's going on there, that is Deputy Dog. Deputy was... Actually, that's not Deputy. That was the another dog. Deputy Dog used to be the dog that was at the School of Infantry while I was in, and he died. And then this dog is there now, I believe. It's great. It allows soldiers to have a little bit of a memento of home, a little bit of humanity, a little bit of love for something other than themselves and the team, something they can go up to that doesn't judge them on their rank. And I'll tell you who else you can go to. When you get to the School of Infantry, what you should do is go to the Defence Bank. Lovely lady named Fiona who works in the Defence Bank at the School of Infantry. And when you go to her and you say, hey, Dean Caswell said hello, she's like my sister. She'll acknowledge you. If she has time, she will talk to you for a couple of minutes to give you that you can talk to and feel like a normal human being. Same when you go to the ROP, Regimental Aid Post. When you go in there, let the girls know that Dean Caswell sent you. I wasn't the one that hurt you, but you're there to say g'day on behalf of me, because I know all the lovely people on your worst day when you're fearing back squad. We've just seen a member come in here, Latch. He's been here for 34 months. That's just off 3 years. That is amazing, Latch. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much, sir. Okay. Can we get some thumbs up there for Latch, who's been here? Lloyd, that is almost time for his discharge. More than that if he was a female soldier that gets a 4-year medal for signing up for 2 years. That doesn't make sense, does it? No. But that's what happens. Okay, we've got Muzzer here. I'm 16, want to go into infantry after I finish year 11. Would anyone recommend joining infantry? Everyone recommends joining infantry. is that you go in there before you're ready. What do I mean by that? You're about to compete with men. Okay, you might be a young adult, but I doubt you're a man yet. Now, you might be physical, you might go to the gym, but that doesn't mean the mind is ready to compete with other men. Is no mercy based on age. You know, a sad story. I had a soldier named Jeremy Williams, absolutely lovely bloke. I've told you this before. He lost his life by his own hand because he went in, okay, and the pressure was too much for him. All right. What I say to you is take your time, do it properly. Do not leave school until you actually have an enlistment date. Categorically, that is exactly what I would recommend to you. Do not join the military. Do not leave a wife. Do not leave a career until you have an enlistment date, because nothing is guaranteed, mate. And I'd hate to see you make a dick of the process and end up setting yourself back years to come. So do it right. There is no rush. Good name. Dwayne, Dave D. And get a copy of the Infantry Museum out front and spend the time drinking it, looking at everything that's in there. There's a military museum too, Infantry Museum. Yep, absolutely. Great there, boys, Alec. You can't just put the brake on or reverse when it's not working. Briggsy, it's been a while, mate. Good to see you there. And then we've got Aaron under you. He says, Muzzer, if you're fit and want adventure and brotherhood while learning new skills constantly, then yes, go for it, mate. Aaron, we do have to be careful that we don't let him go in the AOK enlistment, because remember, his parents can also say no, and they can withdraw that if he says, hey, this ain't working out, mum or dad, and that can affect him. The other one is that he's not able to drink. He's also not able to go on operations until he's over the age of all right. Let's go to the next video, shall we, and get it on, as she says. Hey, Noah, thank you for saving the animals, my man. Before we get back on your question, stimulate your thought processes. Is there anyone there who's in training right now? Anyone? Let us know. Because if it wasn't for those kids and that meddling dog, you never would have caught me. Yep. Here we go. This happens in attacks too, mate. You can't have your head down, bro. Straight off the bat, we call that the arousal. Something to get your motherfucking attention. That kid there, that guy, let's go back to see him. This is the culminating event of him doing his hardcore to get his Skippy Badge. Strong, fit man who is carrying the machine gun and is so knackered he can't even lift his head. And he's not finished after this. He's still got a ways to go. He's still got to go and do the bayonet assault course and other such novelties. So that's the level of fatigue he's in. Look at the sweat on him. Here we go. Let's get back to it as he Kentucky fries himself.
Exhausted. He is exhausted.
This happens in attacks too, mate. You can't have your head down, bro. I'll give you a quick tip. This is where the standards have dropped a little bit. This is the traverse ropes used to be a gate at the School of Infantry. And what that meant is when you went to the traverse rope, if you could not do it, and this is one of the hardest things you can do, especially if you got scared of heights or you lack upper body strength. Now, chin-ups used to be part of the test to get into the Australian Army, let alone infantry. It used to be 7 chin-ups squatted at Kapuka. You couldn't pass out of Kapuka until you'd actually passed a BFA, which was a 5-kilometre run in under 25 minutes. Okay. From there, you had to do 15-kilometre pack marches. You had to do the CFA twice up the ropes. If you didn't have upper body strength, you were done. If you got to the School of Infantry and you couldn't do chin-ups, How the hell are you going to lift you with all your equipment up that rope and then scale across it and still be able to help yourself over obstacles as a team member? You couldn't. So now, gate. And now they don't expect you to do the regain method. Now, if you can get under it, they're going to go, yep, no worries. As a matter of fact, if you didn't pass it during the tutorial stage, what happened was you lost your weekend and you had to come back during the weekend. I'll have a look at this 2 seconds. Wait 2 seconds, team. Thank you very much. So you'd have to come back in the weekend and spend the weekend doing that. And you know what? At the end, when you did the, for those that don't know, when you did the actual hardcore at the end of the culmination of training after the defensive phase as well, if you got to the end of that march, it can be up to 20 kilometres with the pack on, doing equipment, stores, carries, everything, and you couldn't get over that rope or you couldn't get over obstacles, guess what happened? Either back squad or you came in, and if you failed it, you're done. You go back and you do it again. This was the scariest obstacle in all of the obstacle course to get the Skippy Badge. Bam. Do not treat it as a joke. It's a serious thing. You know, and this is because you need to be able to get over cargo nets, you know, off the side of naval vessels, down into LCM8 equivalents. Okay, you need to be able to climb up on the second method of entry to avoid the fatal funnel down below. There's a practical reason for all of these things. If you can't do push-ups, you know, females mostly here, then I guarantee you cannot do fire and movement for 75, 100 metres. Throw in, okay, the exploitation of pits, you know, during the assault when you're doing the fight through on your guts, fire and moving, you will be so smoked because of DEI hires. At the moment, they're also looking away, as females are told, often getting told they're good for a job they're not good for. Ladies, this is my warning to you. Do not join infantry. Do not do it. You are competing against not just men, but the fittest of Australian men. Titanium put a great comment into our previous video and said he hates it when we refer to soldiers as professional athletes. But that's what you are until you know the difference. So what did he say was an alternative? A tactical athlete. So everything and up to and including 24 hours a day, no rest, continual, 6 months tour of duty, 1 year, whatever it may be. You don't have a off switch. You have to keep going until he's dead or you are. Titanium, thank you for that. Base Dog, become a YouTube member. Thank you very much for that. That keeps the channel going. Thank you very much. Okay, we've got Jason Griffiths. Thank you for your vids, Kaz. They are more informative and proactive than ADF Careers Web. I'm waiting for the interview and OSB for reserve. Look forward to talking to you. Jump on the bat phone. Let's get to it. You know, because the conversations, honestly, I take more away than what you do. It keeps me feeling like I'm there. Jungle Wingnut, Kaz, love the Bayo Day. What a rush. It's only because you only had to do it once. Come to School of Infantry and you do it 3 times, man. Your old esophagus will fall out your chest. Leopard crawling and pack marching sorts some men out from the boys. It absolutely does, and you cannot quit. Yeah, I'll get the... Yeah, here we go. Base Dog. Good to be back. Has been in and out of the hospital for a few weeks, so I haven't been able to tune in into much, but great to be back. Base Dog, we'll see you tomorrow, mate. I see something from Aplob Gamer too. I'm going to get to you in 2 seconds, mate. I'm not trying to be rude. So, Base Dog, what's going on with you, mate? You're in hospital. You know, I've done a lot of that in the last 2 years. I hope you're okay, my man. You know, I've got a video coming out tomorrow. It only goes 4 minutes. I look forward to seeing a cool comment from you, and I can have a laugh with you there. To all those that are serving right now that are watching, pick your head up. You know, if you've got someone who's having a hard time, a real hard time, okay, tell them it's all worth it. Put your hand on their shoulder. Go up there and say, hey, buddy, yes, and we're going to help you do it. There's no quitting while you're part of this section. Even if you don't like the person, drag them through. One day they'll thank you. Some people just turn up not prepared, you know, because they didn't know about In the Trenches with Kaz. Share the videos where you can, the ones you like. One's life. Traverse ropes and the 12-foot wall is where everyone finds themselves on the obstacle course. The difference is, on the 12-foot wall, people are going to throw you over it. On the traverse rope, there's nothing you can do and no one can help you. Thank you very, very much. The gamer. I joined infantry, but I've got a nut allergy. Yeah, I'm not gay either. That's pretty severe. Can avoid them really well, and it's not airborne. Any chance of getting in? Allergies can be a real tough one, gamer. It can be a real tough one because some of the foods contain nuts as part of protein within the ration packs. Just totally go through, and you've got one of two things. One, you can say, yeah, no allergies. Take a chance on that one. It's not a confession session. Or what you can do is let them know that you've got a nut allergy, and what they might do then is say, okay, we've got an alternate method for you to join, but I doubt it'll be infantry. So be careful with that one, mate. Every time I go past a sailor ship, I always have a nut allergy. Okay, JG, thanks for your videos, Kaz. They are essentially practical information. I'm waiting for the interview and OSB for reserves. JG, get on here, mate. We've got a 99.9 pass rate on the OSB. Only one person has ever failed. I'm not going to mention her name. No one. Hello, I have to wait for my medical review. Do I have to regards in with medical questionnaire for B? Responses. Result timeline is unknown, but pivotal for the ADF application process. Look who's here. Carl P. G'day, was just left. Every Monday he has that. One of our great moderators, military member. We can't tell you who he is. He's a dentist in his normal life, and it's great to have him here. I can see you down here, Stubbsy. Some of the best barbecue buffalo sauce you can get for a drumstick. Aaron, the turnaround application speed up, I feel. Absolutely. But we're also dealing with some of the biggest and weirdest mofos that have ever tried to join the military. We've got to make sure the right people get in, because every time they get it wrong, it costs the government millions of dollars in DVA payments and reparations. Quickly here, from the Filthy Rathy, for what it's worth, during I did 26 days straight, average 3 hours sleep per 24 hours, 2 showers in 26 days, very tough for a Raffy. But that's normal bread and butter for infantry. So it's okay. You want a shower, you want a bath, don't worry, we'll cross that river in winter. Emily? All right. Kaz, are there any resources that might help me from an upcoming Reserve Army OSB interview? Interviews just this one, man. Just this one. Being on Patreon. That is the best way to pass. We're on with people with OSB all the time. It's so easy when I explain it to you, that I'm sure the people from the OSB actually know who I am and know who's actually speaking to me on the bat phone. It is the DS answer. Most cannot fail. Harry the Monk. Hey, Cass, looking to join the infantry. Your channel has been a massive help and ready to pass the PFA this week. You're almost there, my man. Make sure you go in there, no matter what they say, be the best on the ground. Nice haircut. Yes. This is the, I like to call it. Yeah. Thank you very much. We've got Shiver Kimbers. I wish I had got on the bat phone before my use session. I recommend to anyone to have a chat with Kaz before this stage. Absolutely. Guys and gals, get on the bat phone. Do yourself a favour. For the price of a coffee a month, I can't drag you to water and force you to golf. Thanks for that, Simon Powell. All right, let's get back to the video.
Make sure you conduct the obstacle course as taught. The previous obstacle course, duration of your session.
I love the Navy, but I'll tease them until my dying day. Okay. I love the Navy, spent a lot of time, years with the USMC, Marine Corps, with the Australian Navy, etc. One of the ships I used to be on all the time, the Tobruk, is now on the bottom of the ocean. There you go. Love the Navy. It'd be my second choice if I was in an army. Yep. G'day, Corona. How you going? Wish I had one now, but I can't because my immune system's down. Team, that's the sixth rule. It's like that would be easy, but if your technique is not right and your feet go to the inside of the wall and your body armor or your lack of strength to pull yourself over that wall is not there after you've just done the traverse ropes, it's a long, torturous phase to go through. And when you do this obstacle course, do not be the slow guy. I see you there, Dave. I see you. All the best to your young man. I can't wait to talk to him, put him on loudspeaker, and we'll talk together. Funny thing is there, Corona, they just don't want to be on podcasts. They don't want to do it. They listen to them, but they don't want to do it themselves. This is probably the hardest obstacle, probably the hardest obstacle on the actual course. This is one where we see the instructors with DEI hires that can't get across there underneath. I've never seen, not trying to rack on them, but I've never seen a female ever get under there, legitimately. Let's do that, mate. Okay, send us a message. Let's do that. I look forward to it. I'm always up to interview someone. What we can do is we do it offline and then we just put the broadcast up. That way I can cut things out where if you actually get yourself compromised, etc., or there's some areas where we're wasting people's time, we'll do that. Absolutely. I look forward to it. Riley Woods, g'day, mate. Cause I don't want to sound rude, asking about what was your role in the army. Okay, Riley, that's fine. I was my last role, an instructor in the in tactics and leadership division for officers and section commanders becoming sergeants before I ended up in the rehabilitation cell to do my discharge and get out of there. But mate, I was a 2nd Battalion guy, up in Townsville, and after that I went through all of the ranks in the 2nd Battalion, and I also went through all of the ranks as an instructor at the School of Infantry, also for the sub-1 equivalent, the Junior Leadership Centre for all corps. So I've worked with males, females, of every rank. I've been on operations 4 times with Rwanda in Central Africa, 2 tours of East Timor, including the very first boots on the ground beside Special Forces, and then over in 2008 to the Sinai Peninsula. And ultimately I wasn't able to go to Iraq or Afghanistan because I had a problem, a lower bowel disease, which has had me in hospital for on and off, almost monthly for the last 2 years. So, yeah, basically 24-year career, born on Anzac Day, daughter's born on Remembrance Day, father was in for 28 years as well, and my home street was named after one of my relatives who died from ELS. Mucho respecto, rest in peace. Mounted infantry. I'm not going to let someone mount me, even on a Mardi Gras, which shouldn't occur, by the way, under any circumstances. Only one flag we march under, and that's the Australian flag. That's the only one. Put a thumbs up if you agree the only flag that we should march under is the Australian flag, because that is the only one that'll drape your motherfucking coffin when you're brought back to your family. This is an iconic photo, I believe, of the guy who stole his buddy, and that is one of the worst obstacles. If you were claustrophobic and you were blowing out your goddamn lungs, you know, because you're dying in that tunnel, pulling your wet carcass through there, absolutely agony. And you've only just made it to the halfway point. One of the scariest obstacles is coming up now.
Fatigue makes cowards of men, and right now, Luda looks fatigued.
This one here, it's only about 7.5 foot tall, I reckon. That the monkey bars, there is nothing on the sides. This is an OHS officer's worst nightmare. So you've got soldiers that now weigh, on average, about 100 kilos with their equipment on, who are wet, fatigued, wet boots, walking on down traverse ladder. If you miss, your balls are going to be the only thing that stops you. Okay, your barbells are going to be the only thing that stop you from talking like a female for the rest of your life, you know. And then when you get to the other end and you get on that pole that's already been lubricated by everyone else that's been on there before you, dude, you got to make sure you do not cross your feet over or you'll break your ankles. You break your ankles there, back squad, and maybe go into another corps. It happens. Almost no one falls off this, but geez, they travel slow. Team military member, now a doctor. Can't tell you what his real name is, Johnny Diggs, all the way. Good to see you there, sir. I'd love to have this guy on my team 24/7. This is a man that does everything for everyone and never asks for thanks. Absolutely not harmless. A doctor with fangs, so to speak. Good to have you here, mate. Do you remember these obstacles, mate? Do you remember walking across and how the hell hasn't this been outlawed has done more damage than the Taliban? Ability to have kids right there, Jay. I knew a girl at those fishnet stockings used to fit on. Guys, Dangerous Dan's brought up something there that's important. Also do some cadence push-ups. Everyone knows about my 3-second cadence video. I had the CO's test and had to do a minimum of 40 cadence push-ups and cadence heaves. Lids got caught out. Lids are new soldiers in their first year. Got doing cadence body exercises. We do everything for a reason, team. And just because it's not a BFA, just because it's not a PFA, doesn't mean there's not a testing criteria for soldiers in their battalions that are unique to that command structure. All right? Like the 2RAR swim test. Johnny Diggs says, yeah, I remember having fun on the OBS course with my mates. Still remember watching a bloke fall off the ropes on his back. Like my faster off the cliff. Happens. No one comes running over. Are you okay? Are you okay? Let's go, mate, get up. Get to the back of the line. Or, medic, go and see that man. Incorrect technique. Thank you, Demo. You taught everyone what not to do. Okay, Dave D. CO's test should be the standard published for entry. It should be so people know they're getting into something that's tougher than maybe they're ready for. Okay, team. You might have heard me say it before. If you watch your School of Infantry, or when you get there, what you're seeing here is 2 fire teams that are working independently, okay, for the same mission. So what's going to happen is they need to get their guys over as quick as they can, doing the 2-man lifts. Make sure you never put your hand on someone's knee, on their patella, or you'll destroy it. Okay, you put your hand above their knee, and the other, with his foot, he'll elevate onto his toes. You push under that. You use your hips to lift more than 2 people, because someone has to be the last guy, and the last guy has to be picked up over the wall by 2 guys that put their arm down to catch him. This is where sections can end up losing it, not meeting the timings, etc. Although the standards have dropped to now, you don't get back squatted, you don't have retests for not making the times. And I think that's fair enough, because compensation for the amount of equipment they're carrying should have to do these with helmets or weapons or body armor or webbing. That shouldn't happen. This should be clean skin, make someone a commander, should be done for speed, a speed that is achievable. And if you can't achieve it, then what happens is the entire section goes through again, and again, until the slowest member realizes it's all your fuck. Yep. And this is the one time you can get away with treating your mate like a puppet. Your hand is going to be so far up his or her ass over that wall, no one gives a shit. There is no LGBT cock-a-doodle-doo happening there. That is just do whatever, get me over this wall, even if it means sniffing MSG. And we unload weapons. Okay, guys, just so you know, because we're actually about to see the end of this stream. Where are we? Share the stream. Okay, careers, ADF. Share. Share. Come on, dudes. Trying to just get this to share the screen now. All right. This is a little bit scary because what we have is this is Army. It's going to have the same for Navy and Air Force, etc. But we look in here, and what we're looking at is our priority roles. Now, when it comes to priority roles, what is more priority than infantry? I know there's other roles within the Army, and that's fine for them to be on the list, etc. But you can't do anything if you don't have someone who's carrying the bayonet at the highest levels of fitness and requirements for enlistment in the Australian Army within the Royal Australian Regiment. You know, no one else matters. I know logistics is goddamn important, but you still need the soldiers on the ground. So let's have a look. Fit or armour. You know, when you go to join the military and you give you 3 choices on what you want to do in the military, what you think is going to make you, okay, a happy little soldier. 2 seconds. Hello, my darling.
Hi, what time do I do tutoring?
4:30.
4:30.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you, because I'll ring you after I'm on a call with someone.
Okay, I love you.
Sorry. Love you too, bye. I'll ring you after.
Kids team, it's the best. They are the best. Beautiful little girl. Anyone ever stuffs with her, they are a dead man. I'll tell you now. Fit or armament. Okay, Raimi. Right, intelligence analyst, analyst, OIC. Special forces operator, awesome. But the Springboard 2 special forces operator is down below. Combat engineer, again, we need them everywhere we go. Marine specialist, awesome. Artillery soldier, they fight from behind us. They throw the king hit. Okay, the communication systems operator. Okay, C3, command, communications, command, control and communications, got ya. Army officer, we've already got too many of them. Way too many. Sack everyone above the rank of colonel or lieutenant colonel if they can't tell you what they're doing other than preparing for a role after army. Let the lieutenants stay in for 6 to 8 years as platoon commanders. They'll love it. Driver, I love those guys because, you know, they give me a lift. Human resource administrator, fuckwits. Get out, put your discharge in, you're failing. When you've got men wearing dresses coming in, you've dropped the ball. And then way down below that, we've got priority role, infantry soldier. Take your place to the front line, handling advanced weapons as a member of a close-knit and highly trained combat team. Okay, and then we've got all of these different roles. Armoured vehicle crew, combat engineer, regional force soldier, drone operator, infantry soldier, again. Guys, it is so important, you know, that people have the priorities and understand where to find the information, but also those human resource individuals who are making your life so hard to get in, that they meet the targets of credible soldiers. Who is it? I'd love to know the name and the rank who is dropping the standards for these soldiers and then handing the leadership dilemma off to officers to deal with tools that are not ready for the job. Okay? And that goes for PDIs in Kapuka. I know those guys don't have a choice in this, but if that's the case, then their commander needs to step up and say, we're handing broken birds to another organisation making it their problem, which is actually tarnishing the PDIs, you know, that are passing on these individuals that aren't able to do their job, lacking capability. Anyway, so all these are there, all these roles. Discover new roles, go in there, it's got everything on there. Apparently there's something even on the LGBT cockadoodle-doo. Anyway, what can we do about that? So, anyway, get on the ADF, answer the questions you can there. When you can't, come and join us on Patreon, on the Batphone, and let's have those conversations. Guys and gals, the army is getting bigger. It's not just that people are getting out, okay? So we need you to look at the military. It's not a bad sign that everything's priority. That just means the army is expanding, getting bigger for whatever's coming next as our population sort of grows. You know, my last video's just got, booted, remember? There you go, Mr. Buckaroo from up north, the servant of the nation. Over 20 years in the army, and then he went to police force, and then he went to prison officer. This guy does everything, and now he's a YouTuber. Mr. Buckaroo is the name. Waste of space. Not only that, I believe it's almost corrupt that a lot of these guys are in positions of acquisitions where they're actually just in a corporate sector, basically civilians in uniform, getting paid 10 times what the soldier is, but no chance of ever being injured, and probably haven't done a fitness test in 10 years. What's that? Drone operator. Can't a regular infantry or artillery operator fulfill that role? No. We don't patrol long-term with a drone on our back. No. Looking good, Cass, clean shaven. Yep, this is called the lesbian helmet, mate. For those that didn't see, this was the introduction on why we were speaking about tonight. It is Kaz from the Trenches with Kaz here, and this is the quick introduction into the Royal Australian Regiment. Change your life in 2025. I'm about to show you now, because of this gimp arm, that after getting the lesbian helmet, which I call this haircut today, that maybe I can support myself for one push-up. It is time that I stopped being a little bitch and started to do something about getting a chassis that brings all the chicks to the yard. So here we go. This is me trying to do one push-up. If I can do one, I can do two. If I can do two, then that means I might be back. Let's see. And to all of those in training at the moment around the world, including Mr. Buckaroony from up north, this one's for you. The lesbian helmet. Can it help? Carl, I might be back. This might be the start of my road to 100 again. I am in pain, but I am in pain. Yes, Nigel Hart, liver heart. And I'll be speaking to you all day on, what's it called? Valentine's Day, because you've got a heart suit. Okay, here we go. If I can do these, you can do these too, team. And doesn't make me an independent woman. Here we go on the magic flying rug. Oh, it hurts already. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm already in the army from female. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Bam. Okay, team, that is pathetic, but that's the first push-ups I've done since I've been in hospital for the last 2 years almost. Let's get to the stream and let us see how 2025 is going to change your life under the motto Duty First, Royal Australian Regiment. Let's do it, Kaz. Let's do it. Okay, one of the things that I haven't said yet, which is probably the main thing of this bloody stream, okay, is how is it going to affect your life? Well, I'll tell you. Just over here, getting rid of this for a second for me. Okay, how does it change your life? I'll tell you. You join infantry in 2025 because at the moment the platoons are almost booked out. You know, the guys that are still at Kapuka, it's highly likely they'll get Christmas off for probably around 6 weeks. Yeah, that's right, 6 weeks for those that only get 4 days off in civilian world, you know, or in a trade. But guys, when you get in the military, all your boxes are ticked of a great life. Is it hard? Absolutely. Do you have to go through politics for Kapuka? Absolutely. But once you get in and you go to the School of Infantry and you earn your Skippy Badge right there, consider it a 16-week apprenticeship added to a 1-year competency logbook when you get to the battalion, whether it be the 1st Battalion, the big blue one, that's what she said, 2nd Battalion Amphibious, 3AR Old Faithful, etc. When you go to one of these battalions, you have a blue book and you get all of your attendances and qualifications filled out of that within a year. That'll be filled out by a platoon sergeant grade testing officer, not an officer and not a section commander. And once those books are ticked off, you get a pay rise, a very good one at that. But what happens is your life as an infantry soldier starts. You know, it's like being on a rodeo bull. How long can you maintain it? It's not easy. It is not easy. Some people get injured. Some people have family. Some people go in later in life, you know, and all of these things become factors. But it changes your life for these reasons. Every bit of training you ever do is done in your own is done during military time. As a matter of fact, you're compelled to do it. Okay, you can claim a lot of your kit on tax, you know. So fitness in the morning, in the afternoon, done. Right? Other than that, in an Olympic-style gym, Olympic swimming pool, etc., with a section commander, who'll be running those PT sessions, not a PDI. That's normally for support course. Okay, from there, what happens? Mateship. You're going to make mates for life that you have spent hours and hours and hours with and learnt who they are, who their sister is, who their friends are. You're going to network together through the day, outfield, after hours, live with them. You are going to be a perpetual child in some ways where you're on the endless summer with these brothers. And you'll call them brothers and you mean it. Okay, from there, you're going to do activities, whether it be in aircraft, whether it be the 12 weeks throughout the year that you almost get off, free medical, free dental, half market rent. Every day starts with someone yelling out, "Hey, you fuckhead!" But they're saying that because they love you. That's your mate who's yelling out to you. 7:20 is how we start. You start the day in a traffic jam at a guard room, that leads near the Rock in Townsville. I'm using this about Townsville for the 1st, 2nd and 3rd Battalion, where you roll in and there's like a traffic jam where you might even have an armoured vehicle in front of you or behind you, soldiers in front, soldiers behind, one night stands getting left at the gate as the guys go through, wait for their pickup in the afternoon or even in the morning if you get an early knockoff. Every day you can be jumping on cars. You can be training for weapon systems. You do your recovery in barracks. It is a 24-hour cycle. You're never really off duty. And when someone says and shakes your hand and goes, "What do you do for a living? You look like a fit guy. Are you a cop?" "No, I'm not. I'm a soldier." "Okay, I'm in infantry, not inventory. I don't work for Office Works." "And what do? I prepare for war." American soldiers, the spear point of the world's peace. They look at Australians who have never left them, who have always been on their flank, and vice versa, and they regard us as above the level required to be their ally, above the level. They love working with us. Their platoon commanders are dumbfounded by us because we're not specialists. We're a master of almost, and we don't quit. You're going to go to areas around the world that you do not even know exist yet geographically. You're going to work with people and see the strengths and the weakness of others. You're going to see the mistakes of motherfuckers and know, don't do that. And one day, when you get to 50 years old, Carl is almost there now. Buckaroony is definitely there. Where instead of throwing punches, you throw wisdom. And that's what I'm doing now. Wisdom means I've seen people doing the wrong thing and I've done the wrong thing and not been caught. And then from there, we make less and less and less mistakes as we get older. So you eventually get to some watered down version of Jordan Peterson or someone that matters because you care about others more than yourself. Are you actually someone that would understand that an infantry battalion is like a village? Everyone knows everyone. What do you bring to the table? You'd better care what we think. You'd better care. Because it's also got its own judicial system where you don't want to get ostracized by the people that others call brother. It's not a good life if you're an asshole, if you put yourself first, if you look like melting ice cream, if you're unfit, if you always have an excuse, if you tell names. This is your chance to have a different life starting in 2024. You can be someone that all of those non-believers in you when you said you were going to do that, leaving university, leaving a trade. If you go to sleep at 21 years old and you wake up at 31 years old, you really only option is going to be Army Reserve. You can slide it in if you're lucky. But normally by 31, you've got family, you've got children, you've got injuries, you've got responsibilities, you've got mortgages. It's a young man's game. That doesn't mean we come out unscathed. We don't. But tactical athletes, this is going to keep you in the zone as long as you can. Your job is to stay in the zone as long as you can. Because everything after that is going to feel like it's watered down, like it's not quite there. What do I do after this? I don't know. Nothing seems to make sense. Then you hear the people that were in the military for 4 years for the rest of their life, just talking about their friends, about their mates, about their experiences, about what could have been and the regret they got out. I've never heard someone regret getting in the army. Never heard it. Guys and gals, I'm not here to piss in your pocket. I'm here to say, get on the bat phone and help me to help you. I'm here to say, don't be afraid to live. You can do this. You don't have to be elite. It is for anyone that has a heart, anyone that has a passion to serve the nation, love the nation, and you don't have to love our politicians to join the army. You don't. Because we're there when they fail. At the end of the day, there is nothing prouder than walking in a uniform, and there's nothing more beautiful than seeing a soldier holding their child's hand as they drop them off at school. It is the career of kings. It is fantastic, and it links you to the Roman legion. Nothing else does. It takes you back through 2,000 years plus of brotherhood of arms, those that step up when others huddle. You can do this in 2025. Get enlistment as soon as you can, because you're about to have a batch of thousands of people apply for the military who are about to get out of school very, very soon. Whether it be year 10, whether it be year 12, if they're passed, you're about to compete with them. Get in there, get on paper as quick as you can, and love your life. Live your life. But don't not expect scars. The Royal Australian Infantry is the best job, I believe, in the world. Regardless of what you do later, that should be the basement of where you start. So you can say, I got all of my skill sets from looking back at the wisdom of people that have done it longer and being wet, cold, muddy, hungry and tired, but still got the job done, because Australians don't walk backwards, and that's why our coat of arms, is the kangaroo and the emu, the two animals that can't walk backwards. The kangaroo, the Skippy Badge, that only costs a couple of bucks. They should never be this plasticky sort of feel. They should always be brass, so you have to polish it. So every day while you're doing its nuts, you remember what you did to earn that. So people ask, what are you doing, Dad? Okay, I'm shaving my beret. What I'm also doing is polishing my badge as a reminder of what I did to earn that, and for all those that have fallen beneath it. Guys and gals, this is a little bit of a rant, but I'm telling you, you can do it. And if people think you can't, then prove them wrong. Go in there, fill out the paperwork, and start training. How to get better at push-ups? You do goddamn push-ups. You do planking. Do yourself a service and start doing dips. Work on the triceps. Get rid of some of the bench press. Get rid of some of the, unless you're doing it for endurance, some of the squats. Okay, get rid of some of the deadlifts, etc. They're going to prevent you from running at your best pace. Guys and gals, I have absolute faith in you for duty first. Okay? I've walked those yards. I couldn't have walked longer. I broke to pieces. And the army said, get out, son. You've done your bit. I love my life, and I want you to love your life, and I want your life to matter to you. That's what I want. I want you to go to DFSW, says D. If anyone here, Gordon Infantry, DFSW in the support case, of course you want. That's it. If anyone here is Garden Infantry, DFSW support course you want, I agree. Qualified as well. We've got Landy Smurf. Thank you very much for the, not turmeric, for our Hare Krishna donation there. That's there for the raw chicken I need to buy. Legionary Cadet. With my year 12 cohort, I'm one of 3 people with intentions to join the ADF. ADF. Majority either don't know what they're going to do or going to uni. Many of them don't have guidance. We need the advice. Absolutely. In the absence of fathers, let me be your father. Even though I've got glasses on. Guys and gals, 2 things you can rely on. 1, bam, Coca-Cola to brush your teeth. 2, okay, is leadership, even when you don't agree with the tone that it's set at. I have full confidence that you can do it. And one of the terms I say to many people is, I will take you in my team right now. If you turn up and your skills are high but your attitude is shit, I don't want you. What I want is people with good attitude, mateship. Because once you've got that, I can work on the skill sets and make you a better version of yourself. I can do that. Okay, what I can't do is improve your personality and your character. That's on you and on your father if you had one. Mr. Buckaroony. Look at that. Bam. G'day, Landy. Oh, sorry, the one above it. Get up it, guys. The army set me up for the rest of my life. Absolutely did. Landy. Singer. Yep. I've been punched there too. Because taking time to do this. Wait a sec. Dwayne, here he is. I didn't message you today. I'm sorry, mate. Hey, team. Kaz has taken his time to do this for you at the least give the post a like before you go. Thank you very much, team. Thank you very much. And Dwayne Duffy, mate, today was about getting this video out and getting it ready. Sorry I didn't give you the warning. For all of those that don't get any indications that the streams are going to be on, every Monday, 7:30, and we try to get it at 7:30 on Fridays as well. Last comment for the night. Gunner. Hey, Kaz, I passed my assessment day on the August the 6th and now in the process of getting my enlistment and PFA dates booked, picked infantry and got recommended for infantry, 19 years old, and I can't wait. I absolutely love that. I joined when I was only 19. It's only 19. Guys and gals, 4 years from now, when my channel is still going, trying to think of something to talk about military, I'm going to be so stoked to hear and see you guys as I run into you on Anzac days, where I wear the lesbian helmet that I'm wearing now, okay, and say, how's your journey going? You know, you can meet me with a handshake or you can meet me with a hug. I don't mind, because you know that I'm not about that. Okay. The Army's a leftist dream. No racism, no discrimination, just everyone bleeding green together. Absolutely. And remember, there's only one flag, and that's the Australian flag. All right, team, take it easy. You want unification, you want brotherhood, you want to be treated special, okay, then join the Australian Army, because there is no better feeling than walking with the Australian uniform on, with either the green beret for infantry, with the Skippy Badge in the centre, okay, or a slouch hat, you know, Tom Price, you know, slouch hat, and mate, then you'll be part of the legacy, part of the brotherhood, part of the customs and traditions that allows others to sleep. And when we have a drama, we don't have the tape put around the scene. We stay there until the bad guy's gone. All right, team. See you tomorrow. Enjoy. Thank you. It went for a long time. I hope you appreciated it. And I appreciate you, because you're in the footsteps I was in when I was 19. Don't make a mistake and wait on your hands too long, because your body will say no. And I don't want you to wake up and be 42 and regretting it. Slater, take it easy, and the best mates of your life are waiting for you to sign the paper. That's Kaz from In the Trenches. Out to you. Proud of you in advance, 100 points. Thank you for everyone tonight. See ya.